Welcome to another installment of Turn Up the AC Hot Takes with Reason on a solo edition. So, my predictions for the Western and Eastern Conference playoffs, season, finals, all that. Here we go. I'm going to start with the Eastern Conference first. I'm going to give you the top 6 teams in order that I have them finishing. And then I'll give you the 4 teams that I think are going to be in the play-in. So, at number 1, I got the Milwaukee Bucks. I think Chris Middleton being hurt last year kept them from being in the NBA Finals. And obviously these predictions are barring any injuries. I got the Bucks as a number 1 seed. Giannis, best player in the NBA. What more can you say about the Bucks? They're battle-tested NBA champs 2 years ago. Got bounced by the Celtics in a long 7-game series. I believe it was 7 games, and damn near pulled it off without Chris Middleton. So I got the Bucks coming in at number 1. The 2 seed, people may be surprised, I got the 76ers because I expect a bounce back year from James Harden. He looks good from his workouts and just seeing stuff from the summer. He looks like he has lost weight. And I believe that he's going to have a bounce back year. And I truly believe Joel Embiid is coming for the league this year. I believe Embiid is going to do his damnedest to get to the finals this year. Embiid, to me, is top 5 player in the league. And I believe he's going to show it this year. And him and James Harden are going to be a force to be reckoned with this season. And I got them coming in number 2. Coming in at number 3, I got the Brooklyn Nets. I believe Kevin Durant is going to remind everybody of who the hell he really is. Because it's cool right now. It's popular right now to hate Kevin Durant and try to act like he's not a top 3 player in the league. To me, he's the second best player in the league. 3rd at worst. Like, we got to stop this fantasy world that he's not one of the best players in the league. Yeah, I understand he tried to get a trade and he jumped ship to the Warriors. Y'all got to let y'all personal stuff out of this. Kevin Durant is a top 3 player in the league. Kyrie Irving is not going to miss that many games this year, for the COVID stuff, unless there's injuries, obviously. Like I said, this is all barring injury. I think Kyrie and KD are going to remind the league of how dangerous of a duo they can be. And I haven't always been high on Ben Simmons like most people are, but Ben Simmons with them, and if he's running the point and letting them move around, and they got Joe Harris coming back from injury. That was also a big injury last year for the Nets, Harris being out. I think the Nets are going to be right there in the mix. I got them coming in at number 3, and the sky's the limit for this team. I think they're going to remind everybody just how good they can really be. Coming in at number 4, I got the Boston Celtics. I know they were in the finals last year, and a lot of people are expecting them to, at least be a top seed again. I had them falling a little bit to number 4 because of the whole, Ime Udoka situation. You're coming into the season and all of a sudden, boom, your coach, your leader is gone. So the question remains is Tatum and Brown, are they strong enough leaders to keep the ship sailing? So that remains to be seen. But I do believe that it's going to affect them a little bit, which is why I have them finishing at number 4. Coming in at number 5, I got the Miami Heat. I mean, what can we say? Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra, consistency. Jimmy Butler, he a dog. Top 15 player in the league to me. I think the Heat are going to have another good year, and I got them finishing in number 5. Coming in at number 6, I got the Cavs. I like what they did this offseason, pulling in Donovan Mitchell. Guys like Jarrett Allen, protecting the rim. I think the Cavs are going to be a very dangerous team that come playoff time, I don't think nobody's going to want to see them. I'm not saying they're going to go to the finals. I'm not saying they're going to go to the conference finals. But they're definitely going to scare somebody in the playoffs, in my opinion. And I got the Cavs coming in at number 6. Now for the play-in in the Eastern Conference, I got no order from 7 to 10, but these are the teams that to me that are going to be in the play-in: the Chicago Bulls, the Atlanta Hawks, Charlotte Hornets, and the Toronto Raptors. Depending on matchups, I would probably favor the Bulls and the Hawks to get 7 and 8 out of those 4 teams. So we're gonna talk about the Western Conference now. Coming in at number 1, I think that's a no-brainer. Best team in the league, the Golden State Warriors. Now, can they drop to 2? Yes. Depending on how they're able to handle the Draymond Green, situation. Is that going to be, a distraction throughout the season? That remains to be seen. I hope not. I think Draymond Green may believe he's out the door now with Jordan Poole and Andrew Wiggins signing, those contract extensions. But with that being said, I think Draymond Green is a professional. At the end of the day, he's a 4-time NBA champion. And I believe before he leaves Golden State, if he really believes he's gone, I believe he's going to try to get one more chip out of there. And then hopefully he comes to the Lakers. I'm a Laker fan. So coming in at number 2, I got the Los Angeles Clippers. I think they're back. As long as Kawhi is healthy, they're a top seed. And they're going to have a deep playoff run. I don't think much. And then they add John Wall to the mix. If John Wall comes off the bench, I think he has potential to be 6th man of the year. I always felt John Wall was a little bit overrated. Back when people were trying to say he was like a top 5 point guard. I never thought he was a top 5 point guard in the league. Top 10, I give you, but never a top 5 point guard. But I think him being with the Clippers is a perfect situation for him, because not only does he have a lot to prove, but the team as a whole has a lot to prove. And I think they're going to do that together. They're going to prove it together. And like I said, I got the Clippers coming in at number 2. Coming in at number 3, I got the Denver Nuggets. I think Jamal Murray coming back is huge for them, because Jokic, I think he's going to have another MVP caliber year. But bringing back Jamal Murray to the mix, I think is a very, very big deal. And it's going to show in the regular season, and they're going to win a lot of games. So I got the Nuggets coming in at number 3. Coming in at number 4, I got the Dallas Mavericks with Luka Doncic. This guy is incredible. He's young. He's got so much time to go, and he's already a dominant player in the league. To me, he's the 6th best player in the NBA. I gave you my top 10 players like 2 months ago on this channel, so you can go ahead and check that out if you want to see who I have ahead of him. But yeah, coming in at number 4, I got the Dallas Mavericks. Coming in at number 5, I got the Phoenix Suns. The Suns, to me, yeah, man, they may finish higher than 5, but I think their window's closed of winning a championship. Their window, I think, was the last 2 years, and they were not able to pull it off. And I'm a big Chris Paul fan, but he's only getting older. If Devin Booker does not take that huge leap to MVP caliber player, I just don't see. And DeAndre Ayton as well. He got that big contract. If Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton do not make big leaps this year, I don't see how the Suns can finish higher than 4 or 5, and a tough road to make a deep playoff run. Coming in at number 6, I got the Memphis Grizzlies. Ja Morant is incredible. I very easily could have swapped the Suns and the Grizzlies 5 and 6, but I just think the Suns are going to finish ahead. It's going to be, I think 2 through 6 is going to be so close. They're going to be separated by like a few games, in my opinion. So these teams can, easily hop the one in front of them. But I got the Grizzlies coming in at number 6, and Ja Morant just continues to be a potential top 10 player in the league. And I think this year he solidifies himself as a top 10 player in the NBA. I have him knocking at the door right there, number 11, number 12 in top 10 players in the league. Once again, like I did for the Eastern Conference, I'm going to give you the 4 teams that I think are going to be in the play-in. I got the Timberwolves, the Pelicans, the Lakers, and the Blazers. Now I'm a diehard Laker fan, so I hope it doesn't come to this with us being in the play-in game. But, I mean, there really isn't much to be excited about, to be 100%. There's so much drama going on with the Lakers. So, with that being said, I think the Wolves get in, and I'm going to get my Lakers in there as well. I think they win a play-in and end up as the 8th seed with a horrible first-round matchup against the Golden State Warriors. So those are my top teams who I think are going to make the playoffs in the Western and the Eastern Conference. Now I'm going to get into the individual awards, the 2 biggest at least, MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. I think the MVP this year is going to be Joel Embiid. I think he's going to have a huge year just like he did last season. So yeah, I'm picking Joel Embiid as my MVP. And if it's not him, my second choice would be Luka Doncic. My Defensive Player of the Year, I believe is going to be Giannis. He's going to add another, Defensive Player of the Year to his collection and just further, his accolades in the NBA. So those who I think is going to be the MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. Now, as far as my conference finals matchups and my NBA finals matchups, we're going to start with the West first. Golden State Warriors, to me, are there. Now, their opponent, I've been going back and forth with who I think it's actually going to be. The Clippers, is it the Nuggets? I think either of those teams has a great chance because I think Jamal Murray coming back to the Nuggets is a very big deal. Last time he was healthy and with the Nuggets, granted it was in the bubble, they were in the Western Conference Finals. But I think I'm going to go with the Clippers and the Golden State Warriors as long as the Clippers are healthy, and I believe that'd be a 6-game series at least. And I'm picking the Golden State Warriors to beat the LA Clippers in the Western Conference Finals. My Eastern Conference Finals matchup, I got the Milwaukee Bucks versus the Brooklyn Nets, a rematch of the semifinals of a couple of years ago. Remember that series when Durant's foot was on the line and he hit that 3 that sent it into overtime where it could have won the game and potentially put them, on their way to the NBA Finals. But I think they're going to get the rematch, and I got the Bucks versus the Nets in the Eastern Conference Finals. Which leads me to my NBA Finals matchup. I got the Golden State Warriors versus the Milwaukee Bucks. What a finals matchup this will be if it goes down. It'll be the last 2 NBA champions, 2 of the top 3 players in the league, in Giannis and Steph. 6-7 game series. I think it'll be a long series. I would pick the Golden State Warriors to repeat in this NBA Finals matchup in a very long series, with Steph picking up his 2nd Finals MVP and 5th NBA championship, and just further cementing himself, in my opinion, already as a top 10 player in league history. So, I just wanted to drop my thoughts on, who's going to finish where in the Western and Eastern Conference, who's the MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, and I also wanted to give you my conference finals matchups and my NBA Finals matchup. Once again, I think the Warriors are going to beat the Bucks, and we're gonna go 7 games, and Steph Curry is your Finals MVP. Let me know in the comment section how wrong I am. Who do you think is going to be the conference finals matchups? Who do you think is going to be the NBA champ? Who's the regular season MVP and Defensive Player of the Year? Go ahead and comment, hate, debate, whatever you want to do. We appreciate it all. This has been Reason. Turn up the AC Hot Takes, and we're out.